Guys, good afternoon. Right now it's about 12:40 p.m. and today is 30th of March 2018. So how are you guys? No trading zone. That is what you can well define this particular period as. But even in the no trading zone, there are some stocks which are really moving ahead and doing really well. You know, so what I'm saying, some of the stocks that I have given, like Oberoi Reality or Shankara, I would say just hold them. Hold for 10 days. I know your capital will be blocked, but your capital will not be lost. That is something I can promise you. That your capital may be blocked for a short duration, but your capital will not be lost. If you do future and option at this time, there is a good probability that you may lose whole of it, right? Until you have really analyzed your stocks. So my suggestion to you will remain that please, if you are holding, because I said Oberoi Reality or Shankara, and I'm also doing it for the educational purpose only. If you buy or you sell, that choice is yours. But still, if you trust me and you have taken it, please take my words also for this, that it looks, they look very good to me. Shankara and Oberoi Reality both. So don't need to worry. So before we go on, let's look into a few stocks also, which I have given yesterday. One of them was Quest Corporation. This kind of scared me today. Because it went down. It went down first, and now it's kind of trying to move in the upward direction. Then I have talked about Cyient. Cyient is right now a little under pressure, but I'm hoping it to be fine soon. Shilpa Medicare, that also has to cross this resistance. Once this resistance is crossed, it will have no looking back. Similarly, Newland Laboratory, that also is looking good to me. It has to cross the barrier that it has, small barrier that it has on its head at about 750. Once that barrier is crossed with volumes, I'm expecting it to definitely move up. Okay, so these are a few stocks that I wanted to talk to you, but I'm expecting them to do fine. Let's come back to Nifty. Let's talk about Nifty. So this was Nifty's first candle today, and Nifty broke its morning range with volumes, and see the movement that it has given. One could have bought its call, right? Which call? Choice is yours. You can buy 2,200, 10,200 call. You can buy 10,300 call, and look at how the call moved from here. Let me take a pen. From this point, this was the morning range. Morning range broke at 56 rupees, 57 rupees, and it even touched 80 rupees. The call, you don't need to invest the whole amount of money. 56 into 75, how much is that? Wait a sec. Let me write down how much would you need for a call. 75 into 56. One lot of Nifty is 75, and the cost that time was 56 rupees. How much money do you invest? Let me just calculate it for you, and then we will see from here, how it could have gone up. So 75 into 56, you needed an investment of 4,200 rupees, right? This was your investment. And how much was your profit? Starting from 56 to 80 rupees. So 80 minus 56, how many points are those? 24 points. These are 24 points into 75. That would be your profit, right? That is going to be your profit. So let me just see how much is that, and it comes out to be 1800. On your investment of 4,200 rupees, you get 1,800 rupees back. What is your percentage profit that you get? 1,800 by 4,200 into 100, right? Plus minus 5% we will do, so that whatever you feel that you've taken the exact entry and exact exit, let's just eliminate that part also. So it is 18 divided by 42. So it's good about 43% or 42.85 to be precise. I'm saying that you make it 30%. Even 30% profit is very, very good profit in a day. In a day, 30% profit is huge, right? The only thing that I want to put here is that your identification of the trade has to be good. So how much is the profit that we can expect on a good identification? 30 to 40%, which is a very, very good amount, which is an extremely good amount, right? So really work on your Nifty skills. Nifty alone will give you so much of money that you don't need to look back. Nifty alone can give you so much of money that you don't need to look back here and there. It is one entity that will, give you good returns every single day. Let's look back and see how did it do in the past about the morning range. So see here, yesterday this was the morning range, right? It broke during the day, but when it broke, it went down from there quite a bit, right? This is a call, sorry. So I need to look into the March future. So yesterday, this was the morning range, right? This was the morning range. When it broke the morning range, it definitely went down. Big, almost to the size of this candle, it came down. Same happened yesterday, the day before. It broke its morning range and came down. Then similarly, the other day, 2 days or 3 days back, on Friday basically, or Friday or Thursday, the candle was tiny, but the confusion was there in the market. But when the morning range was broken with volumes, it came down after that, right? So some of the days you get beautiful trades. Like look into this day. This was a beautiful trade, and market went up from here to here. Your options will multiply like anything on these days. So anyway, now let's talk about, this is what I was telling you about strategy of morning range breakout. Now, this is I'm telling you with respect to how much your risk and reward will be if you identify a correct trade and invest in the option. But you need to know the breakout, that the breakout is about to happen or not, right? So let me explain you further today. So Nifty broke its morning range today, and now it is experiencing a resistance in the form of 50 moving average. Let me put the pivot point and also see what is happening there. What is happening with respect to pivot point. So Nifty is kind of taking a support on this 50 moving average, and it's in a channel. There is a 50 moving average at the top, there's a pivot point at the bottom, and there's a 10 moving average. So Nifty is in a narrow channel. Nifty has to break this channel in either of the direction, either upward or downward. Whichever direction Nifty breaks, the movement will come in that particular direction. All right. So Nifty has to cross the barriers that it has on its head. That has to be crossed, and that not only has to be crossed, that has to be crossed with volumes. So when it crosses with volumes, then only you can expect Nifty to go up. Now, one of the trade that I did today was Tata Steel. So when the morning range was broken, this was the morning range. When it broke, I entered into its call. I want to show you wherever you get the volumes, wherever you see a good momentum coming in, look at the call. The call also showed a great momentum. From 550, it went up to 14 rupees also. I did not enter at that point. I entered somewhere in the middle. I entered roughly about at 10 rupees or something. I entered at what value? 1035. Right now it's 1175. So I entered at about good 1035, and it went from there to 14 rupees as well. So your exposure when you use options, and mind you, options have to be entered at the right time and exited at the right time. Otherwise, you will be trapped. You will lose the money because the time decay will take place. So the correct identification, the correct entry and the exit matters a lot in options. So, and it is a game of fast movement. Whenever there is a movement happening, then only the options are going to be beneficial. Otherwise, options are not going to be beneficial at all. So you need to find out the breakout stocks. One of the stock that I was looking at was Jindal Steel. Look at Jindal Steel, the huge amount of breakout that it had today after its morning range, how much it went up beautifully. it has been heading up just nicely, covering up the distance, consolidating, then moving ahead, then consolidating, then move ahead. And this, I believe, metal sector, how metal sector is performing matters a lot when you look into the market. So like Hindalco was positive today, VEDL is positive today. If you look into the VEDL futures, this is positive today. Tata Steel is positive today. I'm sure SAIL is also positive today. I don't know. I don't have its graph right now, but the moment I see, I don't know, somehow that's my correct correlation. Maybe I may be incorrect. Very rarely I've seen. See, this is SAIL. SAIL also has gone up nicely. So this is my interpretation that when the market goes up, a lot of factors come from metal sector. So metal is very strong, and I can see that movement happening in the Nifty as well, right? So if you identify the direction of the market, that I would say that I find a very, very beautiful correlation between Nifty and the metal stocks, and I love to trade in them. And I want to be in the same direction as the Nifty is. So usually the stocks which are metal stocks are also in the same direction. So guys, don't worry about overall reality. Of course, it has weakened a lot in the last couple of days. So is Shankara, but hold your positions. I'm 100% sure. These are very, very good stocks. They will give you a good run up. They will soon give you good run up. Nowadays, markets are very, very weak. But if you've identified a good stock or the good, setup, technical setup, then you don't need to worry, right? So with this, I want to sign off, but I want you to take you to my website. We are doing a lot of changes. You will find something very, very interesting coming up on our webinar as we are closing our live webinar, but we'll give you something more, uh, much better, much more value for money, and a lot of stuff. We'll give you pinpointing strategies in Nifty, whereby you can earn good money every day whenever that trade happens, right? And my members have analyzed it and they've found it good, about 80 to 85% accuracy. So we will teach you, it's a simple strategy, but the execution matters. Whatever I'm going to teach you is something going to be very, very simple. It's not going to be complicated. I won't put this, that, open interest and this and that, nothing. Simple layman language, but how do you implement it? How do you make it simple? That is what I'm going to be doing for you, and how will you be able to implement. So right now our last live webinar is going on, but a lot more is coming up, lot more and way beyond what you've thought about it. A lot of option strategies, a lot of Nifty strategies, a lot of positional strategies are coming up. So you can go to my website and go to contact us, and you can be in touch with my team through this, any of the form that you want, and my team will inform you soon. We will be definitely beginning first week of April, and just if you want to be in the market, and you want to generate a passive income, there's no other better place for you than to the stock market. And look at it, look at how beautifully Tata Steel is going up. Tata Steel is going up, JSW Steel, all the metal sector is going up, and I'm pretty much sure about it that Nifty should be able to cross this barrier with volume. Nifty has to cross this volume. I'm not saying it will cross, but I'm saying that it should cross. If it needs to be giving some kind of relief to people, then it has to cross this barrier with volume, right? That means it has to cross 10,183 with volumes. And if it crosses, then only Nifty has a bit more upside lined up. Otherwise, again, it'll experience and come down, right? It may again come down and test the same levels as 10,180 and then bounce back from here. You never know what may happen. Nowadays, I prefer to trade only in equity. I don't like to trade in options or the futures, because they have become absolutely unpredictable, right? So just quickly before I close, I want you to go to the with you, I will go to the equity Nifty's cash graph, and let's see one day what's the scenario. Nifty is trying to hold itself from the lower levels. It opened gap down, and now it's trying to cover up the distance. It's trying to form a piercing candle, and if it sustains itself above 10,170, I would say that'll be a good beginning for Nifty's run up for another 200-300 points, right? And if it does not sustain, then God only is, should, protect us, because it's going to have a massive fall after that, right? So pray for the good thing to happen to Nifty. Some kind of a lift, should be there in Nifty. Then only we can expect it to go up. Okay. So quickly, once again, let's see how the dynamics of the market have changed. Is there anything that changed in this while? I don't see much change. So Nifty is just trying to find its bearing and go up from here. So the first barrier is 10,158 in cash. In futures, it is 10,180. Nifty has to cross it no matter what, and that to be with volumes. Then only Nifty will head up. All right. With this, I'm signing off. We'll meet tomorrow again, but please take care of your trades. Nowadays, it's a good idea not to trade at all, right? That's also protecting your capital. That's also saving your money, right? We meet again, but I believe more positive and trustworthy trades will begin from first week of April onwards. Good day. See you. Bye-bye.